Okay, you've just landed in Vietnam for the very first time. The excitement is absolutely electric, but let's be real, so is the challenge of just getting through the airport. So, in this explainer, we're going to arm you with the essential phrases to get you from that airplane door to your hotel taxi with total confidence and, hopefully, zero stress. You step off the plane, and bam, it hits you all at once. That warm, humid air, the sound of a language you don't recognize swirling all around you, the signs. It's this wild mix of pure excitement and, a little bit of, okay, where do I go now? And you are definitely not alone in feeling that way. So, to make this super practical, we're going to follow a first time traveler. Her name's Hanaki. We're going to learn right alongside her as she tackles the airport's biggest challenges, one conversation at a time. All right, so Hanaki is officially off the plane. Her first mission, and let's face it, our first mission, is to find the baggage claim area. It's the first real hurdle every traveler faces in a new country. Let's see how she does it. She spots an airport employee and kicks things off with this magic phrase. It's polite, it's direct, and honestly, it's just the perfect way to start any interaction. It immediately signals that you need a little help and that you're being respectful, which, goes a really long way. Now, this phrase, this is your universal key. Seriously, think of it like a fill in the blank for asking directions to, well, anywhere. You can use it to ask for the baggage claim, the restroom, the information counter, you name it. It's incredibly useful. And hey, even if you totally panic and forget that whole beautiful sentence we just learned, this one word is your safety net. If you just point in a general direction and ask, Hang Li? I promise people will get what you mean and point you the right way. Okay, deep breaths. Now for the scenario every single traveler dreads. You found the baggage claim, you're standing by the carousel, but your bag is just not there. Don't panic. There's a game plan for this. First thing you do, find that lost luggage counter. Start your conversation with a polite xin loi, which just means excuse me. Then you state the problem, clear and simple, with this phrase. No need for a long, complicated story. Just get right to the point. So they're probably going to ask for a description, right? Well, this simple formula is literally all you need. My suitcase is, and then you say the color. Then add one simple identifying detail. This gives the staff the two most critical pieces of information they need to start looking for it immediately. All right, here's a little pro tip for you. It's a subtle one, but it's super helpful. While Hang Li is the general word for all your stuff, using the more specific word volley for suitcase helps the staff instantly visualize your problem, and that can really speed things up. It's just a tiny tweak from much clearer communication. Great news. Hanaki's luggage has been found. She's ready for the final airport challenge, getting a taxi to her hotel without any mix-ups or confusion. Let's do this. This phrase right here, this is probably the single most important sentence for this whole part of your journey. It just means, I am going to hotel name at address. The real key here, as Hanaki figured out, is to have your hotel name and address written down clearly to show the driver. This fill-in-the-blank structure makes it pretty much impossible to mess up. You say where you're going, then you say the location, and you back it all up by just showing them the written address. This completely eliminates any chance of a mispronunciation or misunderstanding. It's basically foolproof. So we've seen all these practical phrases in action, right? But to really truly feel confident, it helps to understand the why behind them. So let's really quickly peel back the curtain on the incredibly simple logic of Vietnamese grammar that makes asking questions just so easy. So when you're asking a yes or no question, you've got three main ways to end your sentence, and each one has a slightly different flavor. Không is your go-to neutral question. Phải không is kind of like adding right at the end of a sentence in English. You're pretty sure the answer is yes. And shows surprise, like you're confirming something you already thought was true. And here's the best part. Seriously, this is the most amazing part. To ask a question in Vietnamese, you don't have to flip the whole sentence around like we do in English. Nope, you just make a normal, everyday statement, and then you just stick the question word right on the end. That's it. It's an incredibly logical and wonderfully simple system. Okay, I know that was a lot of information to take in, but it all really boils down to just a handful of essential tools. So let's bring it all together into your ultimate airport survival kit. All right, this is it, your ultimate cheat sheet. If you remember literally nothing else, these two key phrases, plus these three golden nouns, luggage, suitcase, and hotel, you have everything. And I mean
everything. You need to get from that plane to your hotel safe and sound.
And that's it. See? Navigating the airport doesn't have to be this big, scary thing. With just these few simple tools, you are more than ready. Your adventure and your very first conversation in Vietnam is right there waiting for you. Have an absolutely amazing trip.